In this video, we're painting Kralmaw, the Prophet of Ruin. Hi all, and welcome to the cabin. I just got my hands on the new Beastmen special character, and I can't wait to add him to my army. Let's get to it. Here we have Kralmaw, or is it Kralmaw? I'm not sure, but I'm very excited to get my hands on a new named character for the Beastmen. It's actually been more than 15 years since we last got special character minis for this army, when GW released Malagor the Dark Omen and Goros Warhoof in February 2010. This is a resin kit with a total of 11 parts that build Kralmaw and his Leering Spirit companion, as well as a 30mm and 25mm base. If you're interested in how I assembled this, we actually have a recent video about how to work with resin, linked on screen now. Anyway, as I get to work, let's have a look at the lore for this new model. Kralmaw was born blind and can easily have been cast aside. However, Morgur himself proclaimed a prophecy that Kralmaw would be instrumental in plunging the world into darkness. The Chaos Gods sent visions of future wars to the young Bray-Shaman, and he was forced to spend his waking hours drifting between the present and the future. Ariel, Mage Queen of the Wood Elves, discovered that Kralmaw was the cause of Beastmen attacks on her realm and sent countless war parties in search of the prophet. However, even Orion himself failed in this quest, as the Bray-Shaman was always one step ahead. After Morgur was slain by the Asrai, Kralmaw saw the Shadowgave being reborn and set out to find and protect the young Morgur from the Wood Elves. Okay, that's the assembly done. I used green stuff to fill in a few gaps around the horns and the left hand, as well as a couple of air bubbles that had formed where the casting gates were attached. Overall, I think it's a really good sculpt and a high-quality casting. Is it just me, or does he kind of look like Krampus from this angle? Might just be a coincidence, but I'm all for it. I like how certain details hark back to the classic character minis like Malagor by Mike Anderson and this Beastlord by Alex Hedström. I decided to keep the left arm holding the Bray staff separate when painting so I could more easily reach all the details under the robes as well as the horns. For the general details, like the skin and fur for example, I used the same recipe as the rest of the army. Check out our old gore painting video if you want to know what colors I used. It's linked on screen now. But Kralmaw has some unique details as well, starting with his layers of cloaks. The inner cloak was base coated with Deathcore Drab. I then washed it with Athonian Camoshade, and added a layer of Lauren Forest. As a final highlight, I used Deathguard Green. For the cloak around the shoulders, I chose Storm Vermin Fur as a base coat. This was followed by a wash of Targor Raidshade, and a layer of Storm Vermin Fur mixed with 50% Rakarth flesh. After that, I applied a highlight of pure Rakarth flesh. I base coated Kralmaw's tongue with Gal Vorbak Red. Next, I layered on some Screamer Pink, and then a selective highlight of Pink Horror. For the mushrooms on the tree stump as well as the runestones, I started with a base coat of Celestra Grey. I washed these with Nuln Oil and added a highlight of Corax White. I painted the hair on the severed head as well as the crow's legs and beak with Abaddon Black. and finish these off with a highlight of Dawnstone. The rotten skin of the trophies was base coated with Deathguard green. After that, I washed it with Reikland Fleshshade and highlighted it with Nurgling green. Later, after varnishing the minis, I also applied some True Blood and Coagulated Blood from Green Stuff World to the trophies. The sculpt features a lot of leather wraps and stitches on the cloaks, which I prepped with a base coat of Wraithbone. Next up, I simply used some Gore-Grunta fur on all of these. And with that, Kralmaw the Prophet of Ruin was complete. I had a lot of fun painting this kit, and I think he fits in really well with the rest of the older Beastmen sculpts. I like that he has a relatively simple pose, but is very detailed with all the little trophies and magical items that he carries. The Leering Spirit is also a cool addition, kind of reminding me of those mutated spirits sculpted on the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth and Morgur. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please consider giving the video a like and subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on future content. We'll see you next time. Good luck with your miniatures.